Welcome back. Today we're diving into a heated Senate floor exchange. It's all about drone surveillance, state rights, and a senator who's not here to play nice. What's really happening at our ports of entry? Buckle up, let's go.
In the ports of entry, but that's not your experience, is it?
No, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Senator. Senator Kennedy?
The bad guys are using drones. Does anybody disagree with that? Okay. And the federal government has the authority to fight back, does it not? But state, nobody disagrees with that statement? Sure, Professor.
I would say within limits, yes. Within constitutional limits.
Okay. Do any of you disagree with giving state and local law enforcement the authority to fight back?
So picture this. The issue on the table is national security. Drones are being used by bad actors. Everybody agrees on that. Even the experts, the federal government, it's got the authority to push back. But here's the catch. What about giving that power to state and local law enforcement? Should they be able to act independently, take down drones, and protect our facilities? Seems like a simple question, right? But that's where it gets messy. Enter Senator Kennedy. He's not pulling any punches. He grills the professor on constitutional concerns. Fourth, First, even 10th Amendments come up. If you're thinking, isn't this getting too technical? You're not alone. Kennedy's response? Sounds like you're trying to love the bill to death. Then it gets personal. Kennedy questions the professor's motives, even throws in some sarcasm.
Again, within constitutional limits.
Okay. Tell me what your constitutional concerns are, Professor.
So I have three primary concerns. The first has to do with the Fourth Amendment and the conditions under which a warrant is required and a general warrant is forbidden by the Fourth Amendment. So in this particular case, it's important.
Professor, before you give me one of your lectures, are you saying that we should require state and local law enforcement to get a warrant before they fight back?
It depends on the condition. So in an exigent circumstance or something along the border.
I'm aware of the exceptions to the warrant requirement. But you, generally speaking, you want to require them to get a warrant.
Only for the search of a device or the seizure of property. There are also due process implications of that.
Mm-hmm. Okay. You started to mention another one of your objections.
First Amendment.
First Amendment. Okay. Any others?
Yeah, I also have a state rights, a 10th Amendment concern here, which is that states own the airspace adjacent to the land within their state that's not federally owned, and the current federal provisions don't recognize state sovereignty in that way.
So you want to give state and local law enforcement the authority to fight back, but you want to list a whole lot of conditions. Is that a fair assessment?
Not a whole lot, but some. There needs to be a nexus to the facility. It can't be any drone anywhere in America if you're concerned about a particular facility, but right now it's too broad. There have to be acknowledgments of First Amendment concerns. So for instance, limiting the covered facilities to the experience and logic test with which the courts use for right of public access, or prohibiting media bans across the board, or setting a time limit before and after special events so they don't extend extensively. This is what a number of state measures already do, and I'd like to see that at a federal level and apply to bring this within the constitutional limits.
Sounds like a lot of conditions to me.
No, not very many. As long as there's probable cause and the conditions are met, then absolutely you can.
Have you ever heard of a legislative practice called loving a bill to death?
Yes.
Okay. And that's when you take a bill and somebody says, I'm really for this bill. But then they add so many amendments and they screw it up so badly that the bill either becomes ineffective or doesn't pass. Is that a pretty accurate description?
Of the term?
Yeah.
Yes.
You're trying to love this to death, aren't you?
I disagree.
You're not really for giving law enforcement the power to fight back, are you?
I am. in favor of giving law enforcement that power and respecting constitutional limits.
I don't believe you, Professor. Okay? You're not talking to Bambi's baby brother here. Okay? I've read some of your stuff. I think you'd be more intellectually honest if you just come out and say, I'm on the side of the bad guys here. I think we shouldn't give state and local law enforcement the authority to fight back. You're trying to make it as hard as.
Enjoying this? Hit subscribe so you never miss a moment like this. The professor raises real legal points: warrants, First Amendment rights, state sovereignty. These aren't fringe issues, but Senator Kennedy calls them smokescreens, delay tactics disguised as debate. He's not buying it. So, is this about protecting freedoms or just blocking action? This debate isn't just about drones. It's about who controls America's security. Should the federal government decide, or the states? Or should both work together? Too many limits could tie the hands of those meant to protect us. Senator Kennedy warns that legal caution might weaken law enforcement. The tension, real. The stakes, even higher. National security and civil liberties have always been in tension, and this hearing is just the latest battleground. Some demand action to protect our ports, while others warn not to give up constitutional freedoms. This isn't just a Senate hearing. It's a reflection of a bigger debate across America.
Possible, aren't you?
We'll have to disagree on that point, Senator.
Nah. You know, you ever heard the expression, watch what they do, not what they say? I've watched what you've done. I know what you believe. Oh, you're on the FISA court?
I'm not on the court. No, I'm an amicus for the Foreign Intelligence Surveillance Court and the Court of Review.
Okay. Were you there when you guys issued all those bad warrants against Trump's people?
I can't discuss my work on the court, unfortunately.
Oh, it's top secret, right? I'd be on, you'd have to put me on the American people on double secret probation if you told them the truth, wouldn't you?
No. I can't discuss my matters that I've handled before the court. I can discuss the public ones where I've dealt with First Amendment concerns and the right to petition. I did an extensive history looking at that right
I'm done,
to petition.
Madam Chair.
Thank you. Thank you, Senator.
Subscribe for more unfiltered political moments and expert breakdowns. Thanks for watching.